Hello, I am Eric Hollenbeck, Director of Percussion Studies at Colorado State University. In this video, I'm offering some help in preparing the Mallet Etude for the 2014-15 Colorado All-State Band and Orchestra percussion auditions. The Mallet Etude is the Courante taken from Bach's First Cello Suite in G major and is published by Garwood Whaley's Recital Pieces for Mallets on page 30. Bach wrote 6 cello suites from about 1717 to 1723 in the dance styles that were popular in that period, in particular the Baroque period. It is crucial that you listen to a cellist play this piece and the entire suite to understand the various dance movements and how the Courante is unique in its feel and its rhythm. The tempo suggested by the All-State Band audition information is quarter note equals 54 to 60, which is extremely slow. And you might want to revisit that a little bit as they may update that tempo. I find if you play the piece too slow, it loses its meter and its charm, and I suggest taking a faster tempo to create a stronger connection in phrases and to imply the meter. Most notable cellists take the tempo around quarter note equals 110 to 130, which is about twice what they suggest. Whaley notates the piece 2 octaves higher to fit into the range of the most standard public school mallet instruments. If you have a marimba that has a 4-octave range or larger, play it an octave lower than written, as Whaley suggests at the bottom of the page. If you are playing it on a xylophone or marimba that has a range smaller than 4 octaves, I would play where it's actually written. Be careful to start in the correct octave. Most marimbas are the same at the top, but differ at the bottom, so find middle C, and therefore your starting pitch by counting down from the top. And you can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, and that'll give you middle C from there. There are several wrong notes in the Whaley printing that you want to correct. The first is on the 3rd line, measure 1. The and of 2 should be a B and not a G. The next one is the 2nd line up from the bottom, 2nd measure. The of 1 should be an E instead of a C, and the of 2 should be an F sharp instead of a D. The last mistake is on the last line, 1st measure. The E and of 3 should be DCB instead of BAG. The mistakes were probably just made in transposing the clef from bass clef to treble clef. The type of sound that you want is a pure, consistent, and ringing sound. To create this type of sound for this piece, I recommend playing all the pitches in the center of the bar and using a stroke that is relaxed and wrist-oriented. Lift the sound from the bar to allow the strongest ring and connect one stroke to the next smoothly. I use the innovative Percussion William Mersch 503s as they have a good weight, little contact sound because of the soft outer wrap, the type of yarn, and consistent articulation through the dynamic range. They offer warmth for the lower notes and enough articulation for the 16th notes in the marimba range. I would try to alternate your stickings as much as possible, as this will give you the most control of the dynamic of each note and will allow your gestures to feel more natural and grouped. When I do have to double, I do it with my right hand, such as the first 4 notes. The only note that I double the left are the low G and C at the end of the third line up from the bottom. As typical of this period, there are no dynamic markings written, as this was left up to the performer. So by all means, shape figures and create direction in your line. The starting place would be to crescendo figures as they ascend and decrescendo as they descend. There should be some sense of long-term dynamic direction, either 2 or 4 bar phrases, and short-term dynamic direction, shaping beats 1 and then a different shape for beat 2. So long-term and short-term direction coexist. You can think of this as driving down a road. So if you're driving down, it's decrescendo, and then there are slight bumps in the road as you're heading down. And that would give it a lot more interest overall. You can also slightly alter the rhythm. Start by playing the rhythm evenly when you're first learning it, but as you get more comfortable with the piece, you can subtly push and pull figures to help group motives into gestures that help separate ideas and make it clear for the listener. Listen to the cellist for ideas as they by no means play these metronomically. So this is your opportunity to be expressive, as this allows the most input from you as a performer compared with the snare and timpani etude. So have fun and push yourself to be more engaged physically and emotionally than you would if you were standing in the back of your band or orchestra. So have fun, practice slowly, and definitely be expressive.